Okay, so some of you may have looked at the second part of the worksheet. It's actually pretty easy, and I think some people have already done it, which is great. So it's comparing decimals, saying if they're greater than, less than, or equal to each other. So let's just talk about, let's plot these on a number line. So notice, this top one says 3/10. It's broken up into 10 pieces, and so 3/10 would be 1, 2, third line, so that's 3/10 because it's 3 out of the total 10. 30 out of 100, notice it's broken up, same size of line, but it's broken up into 100 pieces. So I've got 10, 20, 30. So 30 out of 100, in the same place. So let's go down to 0.3. Okay, 0.3 also, it's broken up into 10 pieces here because I got 0 to 1. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So there's 0.3. 0.30, does it really change it if we add a 0 on the end? Not really. But what happens is, since we have that 0 there, we're breaking it up into hundredths. So we've got it broken up into 100 pieces, but I've got 1, 2, 3. Notice all three of these end up in the exact same place, but they're written different ways. They're all the same thing though. 3/10 is the same as 30/100 because I would divide by 10. Top and bottom. 30 divided by 10 is 3. 100 divided by 10 is 10. So 3/10 is 3/10. Same. 0.3, we just learned how we can rewrite 0.3 as 3/10 because it's in the 10th place. And so I would just put that over 10. And then the same thing on this bottom one is 0.30, which is 30/100. So I would put 30 over 100. So this is the same exact number written in a bunch of different ways. So if you had these to compare, you'd say they're all equal to each other. They're in the exact same spot, but they're written in 4 different ways. Okay. A little bit of review of our symbols. Okay. We don't have things eating stuff and like that. You need to know if the arrow is opening up towards the left, this is greater than. Okay. Points towards, or it opens up towards the bigger number, so you would read that as greater than. If it goes the other way, kind of looks like an L there, this is lesser or less than, and of course then equal. These are going to be your 4 choices on today's worksheet. You can say that a fraction or a decimal is greater than, it's less than, or it's equal to the other one. Those are our symbol little review there. Oh, go back. Okay, a couple of different ways that we can think of to compare. So these are things that this kind of confuses you if you've already learned it, but it just didn't click with you, then try some different strategies here. There's a couple of different ways to do this. First of all, you can use a chart. And when you use a chart, you are comparing each place value. And remember that to the left is the bigger one. And so like this has no 1s or no 10s. So I have no 10s, no 1s on either one of them. Now the first one, I have 7/10, and then I have 0/10. So right there, that tells me that this number is bigger than the bottom number. Now this one has 0/100, but it has, and the bottom has 7/100, but that's a smaller number. Just like, if you looked at a fraction of this, if you rewrote this as a fraction, 7/10 and 7/100. Well, if you have 7/10 of something, you have a lot more than 7/100 of it, because this means that it's broken up into 10 pieces and you have 7 of them. This means it's broken up into 100 pieces and you have 7 of them. So it's much better, if you're wanting more, I guess, to have a 10th that is bigger. So you can kind of use a chart and kind of think about it that way. Just compare the digits as you go. That is one method to kind of visualize this. Another one is a number line. Now, I would not suggest you draw a number line or anything, but just kind of visualize it in your head of where the number line is. So 0.25 and 0.3, so that's 25/100 and 3/10. So looking at which one, so this would be 0.25 and this would be 0.3, okay? Because if you have 0, 10, 20, 25, 30, 40. And so you can look at the number line and you can see that 0.3 is bigger. You could also think of it as 25/100 and 3/10. Think of it as a fraction. If you have 100 total pieces and you have 25 of them, that's less than if you had 10 total pieces and you have 3 of them. You could also write this as 30 100ths. So you could actually have a comparison here to look at. So 3/10 is bigger than 25 100ths because 30 100ths is bigger than 25 100ths. So kind of using that number line or kind of think of it as a fraction is a good way to help you. My favorite way, and the one that makes more sense to me and what I use most of the time, is in money. I just think about money. Money always is rounded to 100th. So even though up here I have 3.28 and 3.08, sorry, thinking ahead. So I would say this is $3.28 and this is $3.80. I can add a 0 onto the end of it. It's not going to change anything. I kind of talked about that in the previous video. So which one's bigger, $3.28 or $3.80? Okay, $3.80. And so I would want my arrow pointing towards or opening towards my $3.80 because that's the bigger one. And you look at the chart, look at what we just did. You can think of it that way, that you've got your 3's are equal. Okay, so those are the same. And then when you look here, the 8 is bigger than the 2. So right there, that makes this one bigger. So that is the bigger decimal. So this should be a pretty easy assignment. I am hoping I'm going to do a couple of examples just to make sure that everybody's good. 0.46 and 0.44. And so compare your digits. The 4's are the same. And then look at your 100th place. You got 6 and 4. 6 is bigger, so this would be the bigger. So you would put your answer as you want this to open towards the bigger number, so your answer is greater than. And also think about money. 46 cents, 44 cents. Which one's going to be bigger? 0.05 and 0.2. So notice you have a 0 here in the 10th place and you have a 2 in the 10th place. Well, the 2 is bigger than 0, therefore the 0.2 is bigger. Think about this. This would be like 5 cents and this would be like 20 cents. Because you can put that 0 after, it's not going to change anything. So the 20 cents would be bigger than the 5 cents. So your answer for this one should be less than, because you want it to be opening up towards the 0.2, the 2/10. 0.90 and 0.9. Okay, look at compare your digits. You got 0.9 and 0.9. And then you look at your hundredths, you got 0 and nothing. Well, if there's nothing, you can put a 0 there. Okay, it's not going to change anything. So in fact, 9 100ths, or 90 100ths, sorry, and 9/10. If I were to reduce this, if I divide it by 10, it's going to equal 9/10. So these are actually equal to each other. One is not bigger than the other. Let's do one more set of examples. Like I said, pretty short video tonight, yay. Or this morning for you guys, tonight for me. 0.25 and 0.52. So this is 25 100ths and 52 100ths. Okay, and one way to look at it. So which one is bigger? You have 100 total pieces, you either have 25 or you have 52. The 52 is bigger. Therefore, you would say that your answer, 25 100ths, is less than 52 100ths. You want your sign opening towards the 52. Okay, 0.85 and 0.96. This would be a good way to think of money. You got 85 cents and you have 96 cents. Which one's bigger? The 96 cents. So your answer would be less than on this one too. The last one, 0.04, which is 4 100ths, and 0.40, which is 40 100ths. Notice the exact same numbers, but the zero's in a different place. It makes a big difference. You either have 4 out of 100 or you have 40 out of 100. That is quite a big of a difference. So very important to notice where that 0 is. So which one is bigger? The 40. So your answer would be less than on this one. Okay. Easy peasy. I've already had some people turn this in. So I know you guys, this is not that bad. I just wanted to make sure this is an important concept to move to 6th grade because you're going to add on to that. So I just wanted to be sure that everybody's in a good place. So if you've seen it and it was just so easy, then I am so happy about that. If not, then hopefully this has made it easier. So you're going to do the second page of the worksheet, numbers 21 through 30. And your answers are greater than, less than, or equal to. Okay, these are your possible choices for answers. Also on number 30, it's not a greater than, less than, or equal to. It's a, you have to put them in order. It's kind of a little word problem. Okay. I think that's all. Yeah. Yay. So I have Zoom on Thursday and Friday this week. The worksheet is due by Friday at noon. I'm hoping to start getting some grades in the grade book so you can see a difference in your grade and see that your grade is going up from doing these assignments. I really appreciate your participation. I know it's really going to help you next year. So if you need any help, come to my Zoom meetings, and I will talk to you later.